What's going on, folks? It is I, Nightstargamer, and I'm here with some more Monster Train, and we're going to be continuing just to play through every combination that I can. Before I do, I just want to say, one, apologies if videos the past couple weeks have been a little weird. I got a little sick. I had like a pretty bad earache, so having my headset on hurt like hell. Um, um, then I can't remember exactly what was happening at the time, but I remember it just being like I missed my recording day, and then XYZ things happened, and then it just kind of like fell off. I think I was able to get like a couple of recordings in, so maybe like people who watch specifically Monster Train won't notice, but my Tuesday uploads have been pretty dead because of this stuff. And then gonna get heavy for a second. Um, but not long ago, like a couple days ago, over the weekend, close someone I was close with tried to unalive themselves. Fortunately, I was notified in time, and I was able to contact an ambulance, and they're fine, they're okay, they're getting help. But I just want to say before we get into this, once again, sorry this is kind of heavy, but if you are somebody in that state of mind, trust me, I understand. I've been there. I've almost done it. Please seek someone to talk to, therapist, friend. If someone won't listen, find somebody else. There are people out there. And please get the help that you need. And it's okay to get the help as well. Um, okay. That said, let's get into this. Sorry about the heaviness, but if me saying that can maybe help someone, it's worth doing, even if everyone drops off at that point. I think it's worth doing. So let's uh let's let's get into this. Um, so we did all of Hellhorned, all of Awoken. Now I think we're at Stygian. Actually, let me check. Where am I at? I think logbook. What's my stats at? So I've done um Stygian Hellhorn. So next up we have the Awoken. Okay, okay. I see where we're at. So send a run, new run. I gotta sneeze. Okay, so who do we want our main lad to be? So we're gonna do Awoken and Stygian. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love this little magical spear imp. I think he's adorable. What's his stuff? Deal six damage to the front row, and the other guy applies 6 frostbite. So yeah, I'm gonna try this lad. And who do we want as support? We can either restore 2 and gain regen, or gain damage. Let's go regen. Let's go. We focus on spell damage. Do I want to focus on a spell on? Would gaining extra damage be better? Honestly, I'm thinking root seeds. Not because of the damage, but because of the card draw. Being able to draw more cards, get more damage spells, and being able to cast those spells, I think is worth doing. So let's go damage up draw and frozen lance, and let's do it to it. Okay, we have Talos, Fel, and Seraph. Talos can be a bit of a pain, but she's not the worst. Okay, Dark Forge. Strike. Apply Frostbite to the attacked unit. floor. Spells, damage spell cost -1 on this floor. Ooh. Both of these are pretty good. So the Frozen Lands cost 1. So making it so they guarantee like that they cost 0 on their floor is pretty strong. That gives us a lot more mana to play with. I think if I was doing the other combo, maybe we would do Frostbite. But for now, let's do the damage spells. And what do we get? Ooh, we get Stings. Attack of Frost by each time it is applied. Both of these are good, but I think with our deck, Stings also make it so we get extra card draw as well. So we're gonna go very heavy card draw focus for this run. Okay. Enemies will enter with spikes. Honestly, we have spell damage. I think we're fine. I think we're okay with that. All right. So it's not often that our champion is a little squishy. So we're gonna bring them out. Bring a trained steward in front. Sting. We're gonna then Frost Lance. Front unit is dead. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can make it so both of these guys die. Okay. Unfortunately, that Stewart is gonna probably die next round. Oh no, he'll still be alive. We'll just put a train Stewart here so they can do what they have to do. Big hand. Sting. Frozen Lance. Frozen Lance. Frozen Lance and Lance. I'll then summon another train Stewart here. And we'll give this train Stewart a little bit more power and give us a little bit more card draw. An extra $50 will definitely be helpful. Let's see. Place another train Stewart there. Buff. Buff. Yeah, that works. Alright. I don't know if we can deal 50, but we're definitely going to be able to take them out. 10, 20, 30, 40. Never mind, he's so dead that he doesn't even realize it. Boom. Pretty smooth round, cost some extra money. What cards are we getting? Apply spell weakness. Enemy unit? That's not bad. Deal 3 damage, apply frostbite. Unit takes 1 damage per stack. I don't hate that, especially for bosses. That can get mean. Deal 25 damage to the front enemy unit twice. Ooh. That is a 50 damage spell right out the gate. And it will basically only cost us 1? I kind of have to go with that one. Ooh, we can just get a sting. Sting is good. Having a little bit of healing is nice. I think if I have to choose between these, I think the Restoration Detonation is just better than Glimmer. Because it heals for more and does... Oh, I guess Glimmer does heal everyone. Whereas this only heals 1. But I think this is better overall. Sting is very tempting. Like, that is hard to pass up. But I did realize there that we don't have a lot of health, so being able to heal and damage at the same time just seems strong overall. So, I think I'm gonna go right path, just because getting any unit right now would be good. Because right now we just have the stewards, and they're here. Um, and even though we're trying to go more spell focus because of our current setup, it's not costing us a lot of stamina at the moment. So lowering the spell cost isn't needed right away. But coming up, if we go left, I could get an artifact, a unit, and a mystery. But we would have to pass up 2 spell merchants in a row. And technically going this way is useless. I if I go right, I'm just getting the unit. Maybe I can power it up pretty well with this, but no, I think this is probably the better call. So, and we can purge a card if need be. So let's lower the cost of something. Let's lower the cost of the helical chrysalis. Give something plus 10 power. I don't hate that. Do a little reroll. Add 10 power to something else. We don't have a lot of health on our unit, so honestly, upgrading the amount on that right now isn't mandatory. I think just upgrading like the frozen lances is solid, and reduce the cost. Honestly, let's reduce the cost of a root seed. And let's purge. Anything I want to purge? Do I want to? We don't need to right away. We do kind of need our units, unfortunately. Okay, so some decent upgrades, and we start a battle on every floor. Honestly, yeah, let's just do that. I'm not too worried. I have a pretty good strategy for dealing with this, so I'm not too worried. Basically, our floor 1 is the top floor, so summon, keep that. We'll go boop, boop, sting, and get a couple attack buffs in. Okay, yeah, not too worried. And this also gives them time to kind of lose their rage. Well, we're not killing that one anytime soon. Let's see. So unfortunately, that little guy is going to be escaping. Let's see. Okay, let's deal with these guys first. Technically, I could combo this with a sting to kill that guy, and then another card, and then kill that guy for the money. But this is looking really bad for a dude. So attempting that is, let's focus on our murder first. So spend a thing with someone to do to protect our lad. Frozen Lance. Um, I did forget about that power up. Okay. Here you go. Yeah, unfortunately, they're gonna escape. I think maybe getting a spell that allows us to hit anyone would be good for that reason alone. Well, we can fuck this guy up pretty bad. Deals 25 damage to the front enemy twice. Would that kill both? It would kill both of them. I'm not against that. Cost 1, kill 2. Boom, boom. I like that. Okay. Get you. Do a sting. Let's summon another train steward here. Summon. He's not going to do much, let's be honest. But if he can get a little bit of damage off early on, that'd be pretty solid. And why not? Sting you, and then and I'll have a little bit more damage. Okay. What can I do? We can sting. We can sting. Deal 16. Deal 6. Deal 6. Yeah. He's gonna heal 5, but the train steward did his job. I think we can just win here, right? This feels pretty winnable. Sting, sting, sting. Not quite. He has 14 damage incoming. Okay, so he can't hit everyone, right? Okay, so if I were to give this guy +6, he would be dealing 13, and he'll have two turns to deal. I think that is better, so we'll give him a buff. Give him another little buff. One more, and that's lethal. And then we'll just Frozen Lance because why not? Okay. You know, I never noticed that those train stewards have literally like a train wheel, like a steering wheel for a shield. Ooh, what do we got? +10 magic power on this floor? Okay. Come along, little buddy. Don't really need that. Deal 3 damage, move the enemy unit forward. I'm liking Vine Grasp. For this deck, if there's something back there that we don't want alive, pulling it out is huge. Yeah, let's grab an artifact. Merchants are now 25% less. Sting spells deal 20 more. Let's see what we got. Summon 60 max health. Honestly, comboing this guy with our captain, I think is a pretty good call. Because we'll have to heal him anyways. Being able to heal him will deal damage with our spell. And every time we heal him, he's just going to be powering up someone. I'm okay with that. I think overall that's better than quick. We don't have a lot of meteor dudes, so I think that's the play. And let's see, what can we get? Heft the Blacksmith huddles near a train. She's clearly unaccustomed to the cold. I trust the rail has been smooth. Well, as smooth as it can be in these times. Right. Well, I've found something of use. A couple of relics left behind by my father. I wasn't sure when you come by the forge, so I trekked out to this damn coal to find you. I have, I don't have room for both, but I figured you may have need for one. Hell, I might even be able to upgrade it later if it suits you. Let's see. Deals 10 times X. Slay. Add a permanent copy of this card to your deck. Or Spike Driver Colony Multi-Strike. Extinguish. Add a permanent copy of this card to your discard pile. So this would deal like 30 damage to something. You know, as is. And more depending on the floor and so on. I'm trying to remember what this turns into, because I picked this one before. I remember being pretty good. Spike Driver Colony, though. I haven't tried these guys, and we don't have a lot. Like, I'm liking our damage spells. I think what we got is probably better than what this is currently. So let's take the rail driver. Odd thing, that invention. But if my old man made it, it's sure to work better than any junk you'd get from the Crucible. And if you can get a few more of them, 4 or more would do, I'll make it worth your while. Okay. So we gotta up our crew. Interesting. Alright then. We have a task to do. Alright, so honestly, our run's going surprisingly well. I probably just jinxed myself by saying that, but things are looking okay. I would like to have some better units. I think our units are a little lacking, but hopefully we can persevere. Okay. Let's see. Right out the gate, pretty solid combo. Honestly, we can just bop you, kill both of these guys. You're only taking 4, and then I think we just hit the boss for 50, just right out the rip. And let's give back unit a little more power, and we can draw them. I was assuming that I was going to get my heal card. We did not. That is a problem. We can still kill the front guy. So now at least this one isn't dead. We can hit in for 6. We kind of want this Spike Driver guy to die. So I'm actually just going to let it take the hit, since it's free anyways. We can then just hit for 16. We'll summon a Train Steward up here just because why not? And then you hit for 3. Obviously they can't move, but that's fine. And then we'll give Backlat a little bit of buffer. Boom. That's okay, and then we hit in for like 31. Okay, not too shabby. Shall heal. Spike you. We'll summon this lad here as well to increase spell damage. And then and he's 16? Okay, when he's to the 16, we'll just hit her for 16. Call it a day. Not a lot of card draw next turn, but it's something. We do this here. That's pretty decent. Sting. Yeah, that's not too bad. I think we just I could either hit her for 6. Not really great. I could just give this guy like +6. So they're hitting for 11. But also, I can just deal the 6 as is with this. Summon another Train Steward, do a little bit extra damage. Hit for 6. Buffing these lads isn't really going to do much, so yeah, why not? Little bit of extra damage. We're not going to kill her, but okay, I don't know if this is her active turn yet. Heal. Yeah, I'm not actually sure if this is her attack phase or if it counts as 0 that's her attack phase. I never actually like clocked what that is, but it doesn't matter because she's dead right now. Boom. Easy. Friendly units, restore the full health. Full restore unit and swap their stuff. So they would have 15 health, 75 damage. It's not nothing. Sure. I do like the Siren of the Sea. She can get ridiculous pretty quickly. Especially like depending on like where we put her. Like ideally we would combine her with our leader. Because that's where I'll be casting most of the spells. Downside is that she does take 2 slots, and it wouldn't combo well with the front guy. Like, if we do get like, I'm gonna pick like probably the extra floor space. So like, if I do that, they'll all fit, but then there won't be room for our little mage guy here. I do think she's like the better choice here. And let's get +1 on each floor. Okay. Do I go left and get a unit? Honestly, this seems pretty solid. We go left, get a unit, remove 2 cards, and duplicate a card that we really like. That seems pretty strong. Because we don't need the heal. Money's nice, but... okay, new unit. Incant Rage. Koksalia. Sweet. Strikes. Apply Frostbite. I think between the two of these, I think she's just gonna be better, cause I can put her anywhere. Unstable Vortex. Let's get rid of 2 stewards. Just gotta kick them off the train. And a duplicate. You know, I don't hate this crystal now that it literally costs 1. Because that is literally dealing 50 damage for 1 energy. 0 if it's on the main floor, so... I'm tempted to copy that, in all honesty. Because that's a lot of damage. That is... not something to scoff at. We can reduce stuff by 2, or apply Frostbite to attack units. We don't really need the -2. I feel like we're at a point where -1 is pretty strong. Like, if I'm being honest, like yes, it would make. Honestly, -1 would still make everything pretty much free except for the non-damage. So yeah, let's just get the Frostbite. Enemy spawn with 15 armor. So you would have basically 17 health, and you would have 75. Honestly, we're dealing 40 with our stings. We have a yeah, I think we can handle that. You know, that's not the worst. Okay, what do we got? We got 10 damage coming in. We'll summon our little guy. We'll summon our Chongus. 10 damage coming in. Oh, he does gain 10 armor when I use a spell. That is a problem. Then you know what? We'll summon her here and we'll give her some extra power. Okay. So it's going to be a pretty painful round for our Chongus, but I think it's okay. Okay, let's see what we got. We can summon her so she can start getting buffed up. Do a heal and damage. We can use one spell, just straight up kill them. We have 1 health left if I use this. But I think this combo's better because like they cost 0 here but 1 up above. So she's taking 6, but it's not the worst. Yeah, that won't quite kill. We could full heal swap. That kills everyone. Sting you, get the card draw. We'll just hit you for 3, I guess. Okay. You're annoyingly still alive, but we have ways around that. You know, our Chongus might actually die, and that's unfortunate. Yeah, because if I hit him for 6, he's just gonna have way more armor. Unfortunately, Chongus is dead. But so are they. And our Siren's at a point where she's pretty beefy. And we can give her a bit more beef. Can't really play these anywhere, so I guess we end. We're not getting as many card draw, but it's fine. What do? Resolve. Triggers after combat plus 5 strength. So we want to get rid of them as fast as possible. So I guess I'm just gonna throw out all the things. Get all the buff we can. And honestly, maybe summoning this guy to give like 1 extra round of damage might actually win. Yes, okay. A little dicey, but not the worst. We do need to try to kill these little bot guys. Like, they may end up being the thing that breaks this run. But I am curious. End of turn, apply Frozen to a random card in your hand. I think Ice Storm. It'll be free, and if we give it some love, it'll be kind of insane. Consume, add 3 sting spells to your hand. That's not the worst. Sure. All the stings. Alright, so we can upgrade a spell. We don't really need a heal. Removing 2 cards wouldn't be bad, though. We do have a lot of money. We could go get some trinkets. Trying to think when we're going to encounter Blacksmith Lady. It might be... I don't think it's here. I think they show up at like a different point, so... Trinkets would be good. Okay, what spells do I need to upgrade? Obviously, giving the Frozen Lances some more power wouldn't be bad. Upgrading Ice Storm would be good. Upgrading Restoration Detonation would be okay. Possibly removing Consume wouldn't be awful. Upgrading Vinecrest wouldn't be bad either. So that's a lot of possibilities for Magic Merchant. And being able to remove 2 cards, so... The last 2 Train Stewards, honestly, taking out a Frozen Lance that isn't upgraded, so we're not getting the shitty ones. Obviously, decreasing the Root Seed cost wouldn't be bad. So, even though this is useless, I think the combo of these 2 is worth doing. Grab that, because why not? Let's remove 2 cards. We'll get better than Train Stewards, so we'll just get rid of these guys. Maybe the Spike Drivers are going to be insane once they get upgraded. And for the Magic Merchant... Also, we can purge a card, too. Decrease the cost. Let's decrease the cost of... Maybe Adaptive Mutation? Make it 1. 10 magic power. 35 twice, though, is pretty nuts. Yeah. Do a reroll. Let's decrease. Actually, let's add this first. And remove Consume. So if I add 3 stings, stings are a 10 damage spell. They're upgraded to 20 or 30. So I basically spend 2 mana to basically deal like 90 damage. That's not bad. Okay, decrease the cost. And I could just play this to make it still cost 1. I'm actually okay with that. Plus 20 magic power and Consume. That is kind of insane, but I think we're just better off upping that as we go. Am I okay with that? No, just having that be a one-time card, like, it would deal a lot. It would deal basically like 105 damage. And if that was targeted right on like the boss itself, that could be brutal. But I think that's going to be a card where I think it's better to just wait. We could purge a card though. Let's get rid of one of these frozen lances. Alright. Now we still have quite a amount of money left. Not too shabby. Aggressive amulet. Non-boss enemies get +6 damage. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. It is a lot. Bring out Chongus. Honestly, this is perfect. We can summon these two guys, just let them die. Summon her up here, sweet. And we'll just do that. So that guy's not gonna die, but we lose one of those spiders, and we deal a decent amount of damage. Big hit. Kill. Technically, Ice Storm would kill them. But also, he's gonna die if we don't, and this guy will be fine. Get the money. Yeah, I think so. Oh, she's dead. Oops. Shouldn't have did that. For some reason I misjudged how much health she had. Okay. That's on me. Triggers when a unit on the floor dies. Okay. So, let's get our 3 stinks. We could just kind of bop this guy like right out the gate. But before we do, let's hold off. We'll just sting, 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 sting. Okay. They are heading in for 12. Honestly, we can just... let's just kill you. What's coming up? We got 6, and we're going to be drawing that? Okay. Yeah, we don't need to worry about you taking damage. You're gonna be healed to full. I don't know. Could give you a small buff. Okay. It's free. It's not like I lose it or anything. Alright. So, big group of labs coming in. You have to gain 10 armor on death. First off, let's get 3 sting. Oh, no, fuck, I forgot we had a handful. That was dumb. This is gonna be dealing 70, so we can take out the front guy pretty quickly. Yeah, we can do that. He'll get armor, that's okay. He has 75 health now. Easy enough to dispatch. We just use 2 stings. We do the health thing on you. And then Vine Grasp for free. And we'll give you a little bit more attack power, just in case something slips through our cracks. And like, I guess we have an opening slot, so I guess we'll summon this little lad here. There you go. And that's it. That was a lot of damage in our hand that turn. Okay, what's your thing? Lifesteal. That is annoying. And you have sweep. That is awful in every way imaginable. Well, not the best. Let's get our stings. 3, 6, 9, 12. Hit you for 70. You're going to be gaining 14. I can give you just a free buff. Reduce some of that healing. And we'll just deal 60. Can I deal enough to cause lethal? 3, 6, 9, 12. I see. I had to think. Nothing's really speaking to me here. No, I think we're pretty good turning those down. And we did that just in time. So now our lads are going to be upgraded. Hef approaches the train, a shivering behemoth of fur. What'd I say, huh? The old man still got it. Looks like that thing multiplied more than a morsel in an empty mine. So here's his promise. Upgrade all copies of Spike Driver Colony with plus 20. Alright! Now they only take out one space and they hit multiple times? That's insane. That's gonna get pretty wild. I think I'm gonna start changing my order. I think I'm gonna start putting the Siren in front of our lad so we can keep giving that thing buffs. And then I think I'm gonna put the big Chongus guy in front and fill in like behind it with those little bots. And that is just gonna be a murder floor. We can either get an artifact, some money, and upgrade some spells, or we can remove 2 cards. Merchant of Steel. Any guys we would upgrade? Honestly, probably her. Upgrading him wouldn't be bad. Honestly, though, now that we had to change up our tactic a little bit, I think removing the full heal swap isn't the worst idea either. Because, like, who else would that be good on? Honestly, not a whole lot, if I'm being honest. Like... Like, I guess that's not bad. I don't know. Okay, what do we have coming up? So we have health, duplicate, and a relic, or boon, steel, cave. And then, oops, health, steal, dupe, or remove, merchant. Okay, so I think this is a no. Honestly, maybe we go this way. Upgrade the spells that we need to upgrade, get a free relic, and then kind of move on. Money, relic. Regen restores +1 health. Apply rooted to enemy units when they enter the floor below the pyre room. Okay, so that gives us an extra turn of, like, you know, maybe we can't kill something right away. And let's do some upgrades. So let's reduce the cost. Reduce the cost of one of these lads. Spell damage and consume. Honestly, we'll just put it on Ice Storm. Maybe we'll get another one of those, and then we'll like double it up, so it just does like 500 damage in a turn or some bullshit like that. Upgrade a spell, gain double stack. Okay, I didn't think that was gonna impact anything, but I was curious. Yeah, so reduce the cost. Have one of these root seeds go down in cost as well. Anything else over that? There's an argument for the heal being free. Would this count as a damage spell? No, I don't think it does. It's a heal spell that damages, but it's not a damage spell. Because I think it would have been reduced by now. Okay, so we'll upgrade one of these. Yeah, we'll just do what I said we were going to do. Never mind, I'm not allowed to. Rude beans. Okay. Do I want a Persia card? What don't we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's be honest, I probably don't need 6 of these guys. Probably don't need any more of the root seeds. I could also just remove a Frozen Lance. We have a lot more better damage options over those. 6 damage at this point isn't really a lot. So yeah, let's remove one of these. Do I want to purge another one? Maybe go down a root seed? Okay. There we go. We trimmed some of the fat. I feel a little bit better. I would rather have our deck be around 20. But I think for now, we're okay. Alright. Let's take out Fel. Fel and her allies will add Scourge cards to your hand and deck. Okay. That's annoying. Summon you here. Huh. Kill you immediately. Frostbite you. Do a sting. Purge. Where do I want to put her? We're gonna do the siren here. Okay. We'll do that. Now you're gonna move up to the top? Yeah. Okay. What are we doing with here? Summon the siren. Then it's a resting. Summon Chongus. We don't have the mana now to use this on the boss. So I think what I do is we just do a double kill. She's not going to get as many buffs, but I think that's okay. Who else are we going to summon here? Probably them. I guess with our new combo, since I'm not summoning Chonkus there, in the future I could put the mollusk and her in this row. Summon you here for multi-strike. Summon you here for multi-strike. And now we just do a bunch of stings. Hitting for solid amount of damage. Okay. Double checking. Yeah, we don't really have anyone else to summon here, so I guess we can just, I don't know, bring these guys in. And then summon you. Just spell damage. This seems pretty strong right here. Bunch of damage. Unfortunately, our Pyro's gonna take 5, but that's not the worst. I think I'm just gonna heal you for 10, hit in for 50. Everything's kind of fine down here. In all honesty, I guess we'll do that. Get some extra power. Buff you by 2, and then buff you by additional 2. Yeah, we'll take 2 damage, but or 5 damage or whatever it is. But that's like nothing. I'm not sweating over 5. If we're at a point where 5 health matters, probably wasn't gonna win that. Okay, we can Vine Grasp. First, we'll summon our little spiders. Vine Grasp kill you. Well, we can almost take this guy out. Alright. Honestly, we might be able to kill Fel before it's their actual combat phase. Alright. 3, 6, 9, 12. Oops. Oh, no, oh man. Look what I've done. Triggers if this card remains in your hand at the end of turn. I don't really want to take 15. I guess I have to reduce it a little bit, but like you're dead to these guys. Hitting it for 70 isn't gonna do much. Would it? 70? No. I don't know. Do that. Do that. Yeah, we can't do anything else. Okay. Well, unfortunately, we're taking 5. But we win. Handled. Take our money, get our card. Consume, draw a unit, and apply 20, 20, 0. I don't hate that. Because, like, our units are pretty strong as it is, so giving them just a big boost and making them free, I'm okay with that. Especially if we get the little multi-attacker dudes, giving them some extra health and making it so they deal, like, essentially double the damage. Kind of insane. Do we need more mana? Am I in a point where I'm like, man, I wish I had more mana? There's moments. There's definitely moments where I could use more mana. And I don't think we're at a point where I feel like I need the extra space. So yeah, we'll go mana. Alright. Artifact, heal, dupe, or money, upgrade, stuff. Well, there's gonna be a trinket thing here. So let's go over here. Let's get some money. Let's get our upgrade. So yeah, we don't really have any, you know, really high damage spells, so I think we'll just go extra frostbite. 20 frostbite is a lot. Let's do the cave in case it requires money or something. Bone shaker stocks, the merchant, a few remaining goods. Let's see. Get a random hellhorn consumable, melting consumable. Okay. No. We'll take the money. I'm always worried those things are going to be, like, you have to take it, but I'm glad that's not the case. Okay, let's get some upgraded guys in here. Extra 5 damage and health. We could give it to the mollusk. It's also not bad on the siren. The Cole Solia also having that isn't the worst thing either. Sure. 25 health. These guys aren't really frontliners, so I don't really need to give them a lot of health. Maybe. I could just give the mollusk some extra starting health. They're not really about the damage, they're about the buff. So having them in a situation where they don't get picked off by like a sweep. These guys are really susceptible to sweep, but trying to force resources into buffing them, I think it's just going to be a waste of my time. I could also give him just a big old health increase. So it'll have 100 health at max. And then swapping it looks a lot better as well. But also, giving like you 50 health and then swapping that also looks pretty appealing as well. Yes, she would only have 6 health, but a lot of damage hitting everything. Yeah, let's do that. I think that's a pretty good call. Anything I want to keep drawing. So if it dies, I get it back. Let's see. They're not bad, but we used up all the powers on them. The mollusk isn't bad. I can use that as like a quick makeshift shield if need be. I could also technically put it on one of the spike drivers, so I can use it as a shield as well. If I can give one of like the spike drivers quick, I think that would be really strong. Endless on the siren's just kind of like whatever. So yeah, nothing here is really like it needs to have endless. Like, yeah, I think I'll save the 90 and just re-roll. We could make stuff in super big chongus. 5 damage, 10 health. Put that on you, make you a little extra tank. You make it so maybe you don't die immediately. Putting it on you just makes you a little bit better. You are now technically our wall, so giving you a bit more health wouldn't be the worst idea. What's our other option? Extra damage. Okay, let's do the large stone. We might as well just give them the large stone. They're gonna be bigger. That's fine. Upgrade 5 and 10. I think the better call is on the Siren, so they can take more hits. And who do I want to give 10 damage to? Honestly, giving it to the Chongus isn't bad either, because that way, they have 55 health, they'll gain 60, so they'll be at like 115 health. So when I swap them, they'll be at 115 attack and 40 health. That's a little more like they can take a hit or 2 or 3 and still hit like a dump truck. So I think that's actually worth doing. And do I want to purge? Try to trim stuff a little bit more. I could go down to Spike Driver. But, they are free. Do I have any spell buffs coming up? Merchant Magnet, Unstable. Hellbent to duplicate. Okay. Do I really want to spend 150 to remove something? The Frozen Lance isn't great. Yeah, let's remove it. Expensive, but I think it's better overall. Okay. Because I'm not sure if I'm going to go upgrading a unit or spells. Probably spells. Non-bosses get extra 8. So you'll be at 11. You'll be at 8. But you're both not super beefy, so I'm not too worried. This seems like a fairly easy win. Okay, so summon you. Summon you. You have a little bit of damage coming in, but I think you'll be fine. Super Chonkus here. With a friend. For 30. Adds a self-mutilation card to the top of your draw pile. Triggers after combat. That's annoying. Definitely gonna up one of your powers. You have sweep, right? Yeah, so here's the extra damage for your sweep. Why are you dying? you don't have sweep. You're hitting there. Dying, but I don't see. Maybe you die because of your ability. I do want to summon these two there, so I think summoning the colony guy here is just going to be he's just going to get in the way. Unless I want to summon him as a shield to reduce the damage that we're taking. We can just summon him here. Oh, you have sweep? Huh. Let's see. Freebie go here. Kill you by 10, deal 50. I should have summoned the guy first, that was my bad. Consume draw unit. Now they're free. Kill you for 13. Hit you in for 40. And we will give the sweeper extra damage. Yeah, that seems pretty solid. Summon our free little guys up here. I don't think we need Ice Storm at the moment. You know what? We might actually need Ice Storm at the moment. There. You're still taking 16, unfortunately, but should be okay. Hopefully we draw our heal spell. Okay. Summon our freebie. Let's see. Kill the back guy. We did not draw our heal, but I think we can kill this lad before he becomes a problem. Boom. This would technically give her some extra damage, but then we'll just have an extra, a bunch of stings lying around. So I think it's fine to end. Okay. Didn't draw her heal. That's unfortunate. But I think we could take out at least the front guy with all of our damage. Man, if we got the artifact to give Sting's piercing, that would have been insane. Okay, so let's see what I can do. Unfortunately, she is going to die. Nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. Brief respite. That would have been good last turn. Let's see. Give you a buff. I think this still triggers your cultivate. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't really do anything else. Okay. We're definitely winning this. But we might as well play out our hand. Alright, and kill. I do see an argument for if we duplicate a card, duplicating our healing spell. So we keep our guys topped up. Offering. It's discarded before the end of your turn. It will be instead be played. Okay. So if we had a discard deck, this could be kind of cool. Facial Seal. Can't apply to Frostbite. I can see that being kind of insane. But we don't really have a spot for that on our main floor. I could have saw myself pivoting with this strategy, but I think we're okay. I think we can just take the money. Restore 10 health and descend. Get some extra stings. Honestly, I think just taking the money is fine. Spikes is nice, but it's like not mandatory. Okay, so do I want to remove 2 cards? Or do I want to duplicate a card? We don't really need the, like, I guess we could use a little top up. Anything I absolutely want to remove? So if we go this way, I could duplicate the heal, but that's not, like, mandatory. The health would be nice, but we don't really need it. And what unit would I want to upgrade? Like, maybe the mollusk? Like, there's stuff that we could do, but I think this route isn't as appealing. Taking this way would give us extra money for the shop. I definitely have spells that I wouldn't mind upgrading more. So yeah, maybe we take this path, we get the money. Let's remove a couple cards. Let's remove this root seed since it costs stuff. And honestly, we could probably remove one of the little spider dudes. So we got, like, what, 6? Yeah, we can remove one of these guys. I'm not upset about that. And let's check out the Magic Merchant, get a little bit of spell power. Anything I want to reduce the cost of? Making this free, so we essentially get a free powered up unit. Okay, I'm fine with that. 10 magic power. Heal by 20. That way when we do get the heal card, it's a little better. Anything I want to remove consume from? I guess I could remove consume from this. If I really want to spend 2 to deal 105. I guess it would be 1 on like the main floor, so it's not as bad. You know what? Sure. Cause like with it having consume, I'm gonna be too like hesitant to use it, you know? Let's reroll. I don't really care about permafrost. Get something extra 10 power. Honestly, Fine Graph, dealing out a little bit more isn't bad. Anything we want to reduce the cost of? Free heal? Free swap? I'm fine with the free swap. And we don't really need permafrost. Okay. And let's buy some trinkets. If we have money left over, then maybe I'll remove an extra card. But deal damage between floors. Spikes deal extra damage. No. Enemies get -1 damage. That one's okay. None of these are like yes. Like the -1 would be helpful, but I don't think it's like do I want to spend 220 for it? You know what? Fine. We'll grab that. We'll do a reroll. Ooh, sting and piercing. We can buy one more. At the end of turn, apply frozen to a random card in your hand. This card would not be discarded at the end of your turn. Frozen is removed when the card is played. Or priority cloak. When a friendly unit is healed, deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to the amount healed. That does combo with our heal spell. Okay. Alright, I'm fine with that. And I don't have anything else to spend here. When this card would not be discarded at the end of turn. Anything I want to keep in my hand? Honestly, let's keep the heal in our hand. That way, if I draw it early on, I don't have to be like, shit, there goes my heal. I can hold on to it for when I'm like, okay, now's a good time to play. Okay, I'm fine with that. Okay, final boss. Okay, summon you. Summon this lady. Bring Chonkus here. Are you going to be consumed? Okay, I don't mind playing the Sting, because that would be lost anyways. Or not lost, but like, we get a freebie every turn. First spell card each. The first spell card played each turn gets consumed. Ooh. Okay, so I have to start playing my spikes every turn to prevent that from happening. That is mean. We hit the front guy for 16. That'll be losing 80. Killing the back person. Honestly, giving you 8 would kill the middle one. This won't really kill the front one. So let's just hit the boss for 16. Okay. First spell every turn is consumed, so summon you. Don't play that. Now we can play cards. Heal, straight up murder. I have to play you here. I should have did that first. My mistake. And we will play this because I have to. We'll get a free unit, which will be one of these guys. Make it super beefy. Play in here for a lot of damage, and then play this lad here. Actually, okay, you don't attack each turn. And let's give... we'll give you a other run of damage. Okay. Okay. 22 frost isn't nothing. Was that every turn? Yeah. Thanks, same idea. We use our sting as our waste spell. Summon a lad here. Summon a lad up here. Who do I want to hit with that? I think just killing you. Doing a lot of damage in. Assume swap. That just did a shit ton of damage as well. Awesome. Hit everything for 31. Pretty brutal. What happens when you die? You deal 5 damage. Submutilation. Strike you. Honestly, I think we have the spell power here to kill everything. Or do I want to deal a lot of damage to the boss? I'm not too worried about you moving up, honestly. So yeah, maybe we just punish the boss. Yeah, I'm on that. Solid damage. When we get our heal spell, we can always heal our Siren. Okay, we got our Soon. 7 damage coming in, that's not a whole lot. We did not get our heal, unfortunately. But we have to kill this thing or she's dead. Sting, take 5. Boom, boom. Another one of these guys. Okay, get our triple stings. Hit you, so we don't have to worry about you causing problems. I could hit in for 80. We'll just play these because I'm able to. They're dead. Like, I could kill them, hit them for, 100, kill them, and not have her take damage. Getting her a heal would be great, but I don't want to rely on it in case we don't. So let's just play it safe, and then she also gains some extra health and damage. Okay, what do we get? We're drawing 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just actually making sure that I can hold 10 cards in my hand. So we'll sting. Have that get consumed. We did get our heal. Do I want to use the heal now? So we'll heal you for 30. We'll heal you for... Okay, so... Am I able to kill the front guy pretty easily? I don't know, whip this guy. Pierce Sting. We might actually be able to kill the boss this turn if I am looking at this correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I should be able to play you, draw the 3 thorns. We'll play this. Whatever it hits, it's gonna do a lot. Okay, yeah, we can just win this turn. Heal, big damage, big kill. Boom. Healed to death. And that's the run. That was fun. Just dealing all this damage with spells. So fun. And we did all the challenges. What do we unlock? Excuse me. Ice Tornado. Permafrost. Gain frozen when drawn. The frozen card is not discarded, so we can just hold on to that. Deal 20 damage to a random enemy unit 3 times. Okay. Titan Sentry. Revenge. Apply 3 frostbite. Ooh, okay. Lodestone. It can't apply with sap. Okay. Enemy units enter with 2 frostbite. Okay. We're getting some options. That's pretty nice. So next episode, we're gonna do the Stygian with Umbra. That's gonna be an interesting combo. I don't know what we're gonna do for that, But it's going to be a fun run, so thank you so much for watching. I really did appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next stream or video. Bye for now.